All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf, and the podcast is DJ Wolf Live. I wanted to talk about. I heard Jay-Z is now the first billionaire rap mogul. He blew out Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. He's the first billionaire rap mogul. He might be the first billionaire black record executive that I know of. Just a few thoughts I want to talk about right quick. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. I heard about Jay-Z becoming the first rap mogul to make $1 billion or to reach $1 billion. And I think and I'm primarily thinking it's in assets of $1 billion. You know, that's a little bit different from actually having it cash on hand. But in assets, yeah, that's a lot of money. My thing is, some people try to say, well, was it because of Beyonce? No, Jay-Z had already put that blueprint out. Pardon the pun. I mean, pun intended. He already had that blueprint out a long time ago. Remember, one of the first albums he put out was called The Blueprint. One of his first records, anyway. One of his first albums. But this is something that he had talked about for years. You know, he come to Top Flight. Remember, he ran Def Jam for a while. You know, Rockefeller. So this is a guy who comes from experience of knowing the business side of rap. He didn't just get started doing it. He'd been doing it for years. I knew that. But he's reached the Billionaires Boys Club now. You know, that's huge. That is huge. And I give him props for that. You know, it didn't come easy. I know it could have came easy. You know, this dude came from the projects, man. You know, Hope that made it to the Billionaire Boys Club. That's a big deal. Now, here's what I ask. What's going to become of it now you're a billionaire? Is it going to make any difference now that he's a billionaire? Is it going to, you know, I'm just saying. You know, you got black billionaires out there. You got multi-million-dollar black businessmen in all kind of fields out there. What do they bring to the table for the communities as a whole? You know, there's a number of them out there, millionaires and some billionaires. Like the one who was giving away $40 million in scholarship money to pay off student loans. You know, the thing of it is, what as a collective is going to be done from this point on, from Jay-Z on down. You know, just because you made it to the top and had the kind of money you making and assets and everything else, what are we doing to give back? You know, that's my question. What are you doing? What are we doing to give back? If you know you're in that status, I'm thinking it's time to build. It's time to build some infrastructure within the communities. And I'm going to say that personally. The resources there, the money's there, the funding's there, the cream is there. It's time to build and invest. You know, it's time to stop waiting on others to do for your communities what you can do right now. You know, because I thought about that, man. You know, and sometime this year I'm going to go back to Cleveland. And I thought about that. I was like, I was in East Cleveland earlier this year. And that's really, I consider East Cleveland my hometown. It is very much part of my hometown because I hung around East Cleveland as a little boy and I stayed over there for summers for years. You know, I used to live in another part of the city. But still. And we eventually moved over years later, over that in the area. I stay right. Yeah, I stay right on the border. I stay really right on the border of Cleveland, East Cleveland. East Cleveland was like you could just throw a stone and you right in East Cleveland from my house. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The thing is this: East Cleveland is in bad shape. What East Cleveland was 30 years ago, even 25 years ago, is not what it is today. Not even in the vicinity. It's in horrible shape, man. You couldn't pay me to live in East Cleveland right now. But I see there is potential. There's potential to rebuild. And yeah, JC's a billionaire. You got thousands of billionaires. It's funny that all these billionaire guys, or guys like JC and stuff, invest in or in existing products like NBA and stuff like that, or the NFL. Buy into a franchise. Remember P. Diddy years ago tried buying into, I think it was the Carolina Panthers or the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was one of those two teams, and he got completely shut out from doing it. They did not want a black man to be owner of that team. They did not want a black man to be part of the white structure of the NFL as an owner. There is not one black owner of the NFL. Not one. Not a one. There's not one black owner in Major League Baseball, and there's not one black owner in hockey. Okay? They don't want that. They still want it so white. And really, the NBA does too. Michael Jordan, I do know, part owner of the team, and I think a couple of other people are. Jay-Z himself, matter of fact, I think he has ownership in the Nets, and I think Usher has partial ownership in the Cavaliers. But that's what I'm talking about. Now, like any other time, for these millionaire and billionaire boys clubs who happen to be who are black, this is the time to strike the iron while it's hot. Okay? While you can get that real estate on the cheap and invest and build. This is a good time to do it. This is as good time as ever. It really, truly is. But the thing of it is, nobody's really doing it. That's the problem. At least not in our sector, they aren't. And haven't been. That's the bad part about it. But they can. If they really wanted to, it could be. If they really wanted to. But they're not. And they ain't doing it. They are not doing it at all. Not at all. It's ridiculous, though. That's the problem. But they want to get into existing structures. Or you say, I could put this much in there, I have to put anything extra. Something existing. But those guys don't want you in their corner. But you could be investing in other things that can make you just about as much money, if not even more. Continually. I saw land over in East Cleveland, man, massive lands. It's just completely underdeveloped. Places that, no longer exist. Many of those structures in around the city. Houses. Dozens of abandoned houses around there. Dozens of abandoned houses around there. And parts of Cleveland, too. Vacant lots everywhere in East Cleveland. The potential is, it's on the main strip. Euclid Avenue is the main strip in East Cleveland. And I'm like, the potential to build is amazing. But we don't invest. In our own communities. But you got all these millionaire and black billionaires and millionaires now, and they don't, they give money to charity, but that's about all they do. They give away crumbs, but they don't build. That's why in some cases I can understand what somebody said about, okay, maybe the money would have been well spent on building communities instead of giving $40 million scholarships, which it's a thin line on that. I kind of agree on that on some level. I really do. Because if you got that kind of money to give away for that, you got the kind of money to build infrastructure. There's no doubt you do. You definitely got that. Oh my God, which way y'all guys going? Come on. Right, left, up, and down. Jesus. You definitely got that kind of money to invest. But they don't. It's amazing. All these entertainers and sports athletes and, Tyler Perry's and the Oprah's of the world, they don't do that kind of stuff. Now Tyler Perry opened up a multi-million-dollar infrastructure in Georgia for a studio, as a result of his success. And that's understandable. I like to see more of all these multi-millionaires and billionaires is to put that same investments back into communities, man. How about starting like a brand, a national brand chain, that's built by African Americans to research these communities, man. That's what we need to start doing. We seriously need to start doing that. And until we start doing that, we're only hurting our own communities while you got black billionaires watching us suffer. It's ridiculous. Literally watching us suffer. Oh my God, this traffic is enormously bad today. Yeah. And that's a damn shame. Because we could be out there doing the thing right about now. And the only thing they're doing is sit there and is watching in the stands. And these are also the same people, like, you got these high school scouts watching college guys playing out here and stuff. They want to recruit. Then they're making money on the back end of these guys, while these guys can't get any money to make while they're out there playing ball in college. And NCAA is a multi-billion-dollar business, if I'm not mistaken. They make all kind of money on these athletes today, man. They truly do. They make all kind of money on these athletes. And it's ridiculous that they can't get a portion of it for themselves. At least enough to, live on while they, going to school. No, they don't get that. Hopefully someday that will change, man. Hopefully someday these guys will look back and say, you know what? I came from that. Let me build. I'm tired of seeing something. Hopefully someday they'll get tired enough. Let's say, I'm tired of seeing our communities where I came from and guys like me came from that struggle. Because no one wants to put the money into it. No one wants to invest. No one wants to build back. No one wants to create real jobs. And that's what we need to get back to. Where people can have jobs to build communities, to build families, man, and to put an effect that affects communities for the better, not the worse. That's what we need. $1 billion and $1 million black men and women, man, it's time to reinvest in your own communities where you came from. It's time. This is DJ Wolf. I'm out.